Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Xeno, the personification of Cry for Help, and we are here with a werewolf in Charleston. This is another visual novel by the one and only Rhettoe, the creator of The Curious Case of Round 19, Image 1697, the album of Ransom Wilts, and The Theater. This is an entry for the 2026 May My Wolf Game Jam, and after hearing what this is about, I'm a bit intrigued, and I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to read this. This is gonna be another banger, I presume, because as you know, I really love their works. I love the way they write horror and everything. I'm already impatient. I really want Bill 2 of The Theater already in my hands right now. But you know what? I can wait. I can wait. Although it pains me, I can wait. But we got this! We got a werewolf in Charleston, and let's not fuck around any longer. Let's get started, shall we? Woo! Inside America's War on Werewolves, how the government is combating the canine epidemic. Last May, the United States government issued a state of emergency for the nation. President Donovan Reeves declared that we are being invaded by werewolves, wolf-like creatures that behave like humans. Since then, werewolf attacks have increased, especially in larger metropolitan areas. Police action to prevent such attacks has ramped up. Several cities have issued curfews to keep residents safe. But there is another issue at play here. What exactly are werewolves, and why must we what? Oh, another news article. North American wolf population plummets. The werewolf crisis increases wolf hunting. Endangered species near extinction. Fucking hell, really? Leave the wolves alone! Leave the poor puppers alone! Buffalo. There was a time when wolves were hunted for sport. Killing a wolf meant respect for the hunter. But the practice was banned in the United States as it was deemed unnecessary and cruel. Now, as the Society for Wolf Preservation found, the werewolf crisis has brought the sport back, and bigger than ever. Oh shit. Dog adoption hits all-time low. Abandonment, abuse skyrocket. Man's best friend? Not anymore. Shit! So this whole werewolf epidemic really affected so many things. Wait. There are legends about the United States werewolf revolution that ignited long ago. The movement that led to today, when werewolves are still fighting for their right to live peacefully. The government burned any documents and hunted any living souls that would expose the truth. So all we have are fragments of stories. Stories of how werewolves would be dragged through the streets and hanged right in the public square. Stories of how humans disappeared or died under mysterious circumstances. Stories of monsters incomprehensible to any mind. This is one of those legends, which I believe to be the catalyst for this movement. The shift in the sense of this horrific paradigm. It starts in a city on a harbor. A civilization so devout, one would find churches on every street. Charleston, South Carolina. Yes, the perfect setting for this monstrous, violent, salacious tale. In the heart of that city, from the cracks of one human's unfulfilling life, a revolution will rise. Welcome to the holy fucking city. I don't like that laugh. Don't laugh at me like that. Oh? Randolph Crane. My brothers and sisters. Oh dear. I regret to inform you all that there has been another werewolf attack, this time on our Somerville ward. None were killed, except for the werewolf itself who was shot down by law enforcement, though several were injured in the chaos. This is the fourth werewolf attack to take place this year, and it's the first one against our own church. My brothers and sisters, it appears that these attacks are becoming more common. But fear not, for we shall stand united, strengthened by our faith in the Lord. The voice of my father radiates throughout the chapel, demanding attention and soothing anxious churchgoers. That's Randolph Crane, one of Charleston's most influential religious leaders. And he makes that apparent here. He knows his way with words. He knows how to comfort people in times of worry. With these werewolf attacks increasing in frequency and intensity, we are certainly in need of a voice like him. I couldn't be prouder of him. Be steadfast and have no fear, for we shall overcome these trials and tribulations through faith. I say these in the name of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen. The punctuating word echoes through the pews. He has done his job well. We will now begin the passing of the sacraments, started with the seating of hymn number 169. The Human. Excellent speech today. Well, that is my job. The sun shines directly above us as we head home. It's getting warmer and more humid every day. It's definitely May. Father keeps his eyes peeled as he squeezes through the tight roads of downtown. So, Andy, you excited for your birthday party? To be honest, he's more excited about it than I am. I've reached a point where age is just a number, and my birthday is a day like any other. Still, I put on my best smile for him. Of course. Visitors chatter around me, but all I hear is a blur of noise. People from the church ward gather throughout our house, and they mainly just talk amongst their own circles. Though when I walk by, I do get a few birthday wishes. I try to note who exactly came, on account of my father wanting me to be a little more social. I lose track almost immediately after receiving wishes from Penelope Pritchard and her 8-year-old Fiona. Happy birthday, Brother Crane! Happy 21st, young man. Drink responsibly, don't drink. This whole thing was my father's idea. He says I'm a proper man now and we need to celebrate. Except he also said that about my 18th birthday, and my 15th, and my 12th. I find myself stumbling over to the kitchen, where my father is started with his bishopric. By the way, Randolph, that was a truly great speech you gave today. Thank you, so I've heard. It's truly unnerving, all the werewolf attacks happening lately. Truly, the overnight shifts must be tiring for you too. Oh, tell me about it. Werewolf spawns are rare, but you can never be too careful. Gotta sweep the entire city. I've been wondering, what exactly do you think the werewolves are? Pardon? Like, where do they come from? What's their deal? Why are they so heathenous? Well, we can only theorize. I believe werewolves are connected to the moon, so they're at their strongest during full moons. Right, but there have been signs of werewolves in broad daylight. Right. Curious indeed. You know, the Cajuns believed in a creature called Rhettoe. It's a wolf-like creature that some humans turn into. They stay that way for 101 days before transferring to another human by drawn blood. Pfft, yeah, and the Catholics believed that it would eat you if you broke your Lent fast. Darius and my father share a hearty laugh. I try to go along with it. Oh yeah, happy birthday, Randy Jr. Thanks. You know, this whole werewolf thing must be so hard on you, since your mom died. To be honest, this is harder on my father than it is on me. I was only a baby when a werewolf killed Mom. Dad's promised vengeance on werewolves ever since. Yeah, quite concerning. Well, I'll tell you what. If I ever see a werewolf, I'll kill it with my bare hands. They have no place here. Darius has a hearty laugh. Dad tries to go along, but it's weaker and clearly uncomfortable. Dad's uncomfortable? You'd think he would be happy, considering it's a werewolf and killed his wife. Or is he the werewolf? Anyway. You doing okay, Andy? All the talking is making my head pound. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I might need to lay down for a bit. Oh, yes, of course. No worries, we're almost done here anyway. Gotta meet the curfew. Oof, yep, full moon tonight. That'll be rough. Don't go out at night or I'll arrest you. Darius laughs again. I smile, silently thankful. The rest of the party goes by in a blur, and by 8 p.m., everyone has left. I can't quite feel myself as I make myself comfortable in bed. Yet, I can feel something shifting around in my gut. It's a weird sensation, though I probably just ate too much. The door opens, and Father peeks through. Hey, Andy. Did you have a good day? Despite the numbness, I managed to fake an energetic nod. You sure? You seemed a bit out of it tonight. Sorry about Brother Moore, by the way. I know he gets a little overbearing. It's okay, it's not him. I might have just eaten too much. Well, that happens. I know you like gumbo, but I wasn't planning for 6 different people to bring it. Yeah. Well then, sleep easy. Love you, son. Love you too. Good night, Dad. He closes the door, leaving me alone. Finally, some quiet. The light of the full moon drifts through the curtain, illuminating my room. I try to fall asleep, but it becomes weirdly hot. Sure, summer is coming, but it feels too hot, even for this time of year. I toss and turn, but I can never find a comfortable position. I throw the sheets off me, but I can't cool down. I find myself damp with sweat. Is the heater malfunctioning? I glance at the clock. After midnight, I feel like kind of freaky, maybe it's the moonlight. I kinda wanna kiss your girlfriend if you don't mind. Alright, I have to figure this out. So, as quietly as I can, I crack the door open. Dad should be asleep, so I doubt he'd toss this. I tiptoed down the wooden stairs. The third step from the bottom is very creaky, so I made sure to step over that one. As soon as I'm on the ground floor, I make a beeline for the thermostat, using the moonlight as my guide. Huh? It's set to 69 degrees. And when I listen close enough, I can hear the air conditioner running. So, is it actually broken? Or is tonight just that muggy? Sweat drips down my head still. Saliva gathers in my mouth, a lot more than normal. And a sharp pain spikes in my chest. What is happening? I clutch my chest, and I try to control my increasingly labored breaths. Something shifts in my torso. What the? I stumble to the nearest bathroom and shut myself inside. I lean over the sink as my heart burns. Why is it so hard to breathe? And my stomach. It feels like it's moving. Looking in the mirror, I lift my shirt up. There's something moving, crawling under my skin. I take the shirt off, and I try to feel the shape out, but it only writhes further, causing me to double over. And then it crawls up my body. It feels like something is trying to burst out of my torso. The burden in my heart becomes white hot. The shifting skin reaches my neck, and soon I cannot breathe. Everything becomes a painful blur. Oh! Oh! Wait. What? Did his werewolf form, like, burst out of him like an alien? Like a chest burster? Oh, shit. I'm intrigued. At first, I see nothing. But soon colors come to me, and then shapes. I'm on the ground, aching against the uncomfortable hard wood. I'm drenched, and I can't tell which direction is which. I feel cold. I try to get up, but my body feels different. Like this is its first time moving. I nearly fall, but I manage to pull myself up, using the sink for support. Everything is still blurry, but my vision starts to become more clear when I glance at the mirror. The mirror is all foggy, and I have to wipe the condensation in order to look at myself. Oh shit! I fall on my rear, which sends a sharp pain up my spine. Because what I saw in the mirror was not me. And yet, When it glanced down at my hands, they are not my own. Instead of pale skin, they are covered in obsidian black fur, the fingers ending in sharp claws. My breath stayed heavy. I try to get back up. I stumble again, but this time from fear rather than weakness. I stand leaning against the sink, and I made the mistake of looking up. What is this thing staring back at me? A long snout protrudes from the center of my face. Large triangular ears sprout from my scalp, and they splay back. Bright amber eyes stare with the same fear that freezes me. And my entire body is covered in this slick black fur. No. This has to be a dream. This has to be a dream! I pinch myself, I claw my arm, and the pain is real. I look around me and I listen. The only sounds I can hear right now are the air conditioner humming, and the cicadas singing their songs outside. Except, they're a lot louder than before. So much so that I press down my ears. No, this can't be real. This can't be real! My breath becomes shallow, my heart pounds. There's so much noise. My dad can't see me like this. Everything becomes blurry as I burst out of the bathroom and run outside my house. Tears stain in my eyes as I run through the empty, dark streets. A damp scent assaults my nostrils. Humidity. Condensation. I claw at my arm, trying to see human skin under this fur. But my skin is just as dark as the fur covering it. My new claws break the skin, and a deep scarlet seeps into the fur. This is real. What do I do? I run through the city with no direction. Whenever I see the figure of a human, I turn and sprint the other way. An array of sounds pound in my ears. Cicadas, dogs barking, the wind, distant cars. I don't even know where I'm going. Everything gets so blurry that I almost don't see the headlights rushing towards me. I notice them at the last second, and I dive out of the way as the vehicle swerves. Whoa, hey, watch where you go! I tumble against brick for a moment, which scrapes me. The pain is very real. I look up at the stopped vehicle. A motorcycle. Oh my god, it's a fellow man! It's a fellow werewolf! And the rider is looking right at me, with piercing eyes. A scarf covers most of their face, but that snout and those ears are unmistakable. A new one. I can't comprehend what I'm seeing. They're not repulsed by me? Get on. It takes me a moment to process the command, and when I do, I only freeze. What? Now! They looked at me, and they're not trying to kill me? I don't... Look, it's not safe for you out here. If a human spots you, they'll either call the police or kill you themselves. I'll take you somewhere safe, but you're going to have to trust me. What else am I supposed to do? I stumble over to the mystery rider, and I sit down behind them. Hold on tight. They rev the engine, and I wrap my arms around them as they accelerate. Brick buildings whip by as the rider speeds through the city. Meanwhile, I'm still trying to process everything. What is happening? Where are we going? You're definitely a new one. What do you mean? Alright, listen up. As you can see, you're a werewolf. But I'm not, though. Yep, that's what many say after their first transformation. I'm not a werewolf! The rider only chuckles. Then why do you have a long triangular snout and ears, a tail, and fur on your entire body? I don't answer. But why? I wasn't... Can I turn back? I know you have a lot of questions, and they will be answered. Where are we even going? We're heading to a place where you'll be safe. Other werewolves gather there. It's their haven. Now quiet down if possible. I'll have to concentrate here. Okay. We ride in silence for several more minutes. The mystery rider navigates the darker corners of an eerily empty downtown. Soon, he turns into a dingy alley. If it weren't for a single dim light bulb ahead, I wouldn't see anything. The rider stops the bike. But for a moment, he doesn't move. It worries me. Sir? Now, listen. He reaches into his tan jacket. From there, he pulls out a knife. And he points it right at my neck. Whoa, what the hell? Don't fuss. Just listen. I obey his commands. Our den has a strict policy of absolute secrecy. That means you must not share any personal information. Your name, your address, your family, nothing. And you cannot say anything about this den to any human. If any human walks into our den, we will kill them and whoever caused their presence. Do I make myself clear? At first, I only freeze. He wants me to just give myself up? Do I? Yes, I understand. Recite the following words. I hereby swear that I will not disclose any information about this den to any human being, nor will I give away any private information to the werewolves at this den. I repeat the words, trying not to hesitate. Good. Now, draw blood. What? Any way you like. Prick your finger, slice your hand, slit your wrist, I don't care. Just punctuate your oath with your blood. I shudder for a moment, but I end up pricking a finger using one of my new sharp claws. A bead of blood oozes from the finger, and I show it to the red wolf. Great. He stows the knife back in his jacket. In that case, assuming your sincerity, I shall take you to our leader. They will help you get settled. You will also need a new name. A new name? Yes, a name for your werewolf. He dismounts the bike, and I follow him to a door at the end of the alley. He picks out a lock. Why would I need a new name for the wolf? Wow, somebody's bad at critical thinking. Like I said, can't give us your real name. Your old self, throw them away, basically. You need a new name to keep yourself safe. Okay, I get it. What's your werewolf name? You call me Lewis. The lock gives way, and we head inside. We find ourselves in a hallway. The wolf named Lewis moves through with ease, but I struggle to see in the dark. We pass a window door, and through it I see, illuminated by moonlight, a bar? Down here. I follow Lewis's voice, which takes me down a flight of stairs. I have to feel along the walls and take careful steps. At the bottom, we enter another hallway, this one lined with barrels. Almost there. Lewis walked straight through the cellar. Are you going to trap me in the walls, Castle Amontillado style? Oh, haha. At the end of the cellar, we come across a giant painting, a classic portrait of Paul Revere. What? Shh! A silence as Lewis leans against the painting's intricate wooden frame. He knocks on the frame. At first, it seems like his knocking is random, but then I realize there's a rhythm to it. And not just that, I recognize the tune. Claire de Lune? Lewis simply holds a finger over his mouth. And then, light beams from Revere's eyes. I jump back, but Lewis stands in front of the light. The eyes go dark again, and the painting swings away from the wall. It opens to reveal a staircase, colorful light coming from the bottom. Also, a deep pulsing reverberates off the walls. Standing at the top of the staircase is a gray werewolf who regards Lewis. Welcome back, Lewis. He looked towards me. Ah, a new face. Yep, jittery this one, but he's made the oath, and I'll help him acclimate. Alright, well in that case, Zizi will be expecting you. Come on in. Lewis descends, And while I hesitate at first, I follow. And when I reach the bottom, I enter a new world. Oh? Dim purple lights reveal an oddly sterile room before me. There is a bar across, a dance floor to the left, and a hall to the right. Pulsing music echoes throughout the room. It's nothing like the church hymns we sing every Sunday, it's hypnotic. The space is inhabited by werewolves. They lounge on couches, they drink at the bar, they dance, they laugh. It reminds me of any regular bar downtown at night, except a little more lively. This music is pounding in my ears. My heart is burning again. When one of the lounging werewolves looks at me, their gaze stabs me. Sorry, I shouldn't be here. I'll just get going. Nope. I try to head back to the stairs, but Lewis pushes me farther into the room. He guides me towards the hall, past onlooking werewolves who simply grin at me. Hey, it's a new one! A few laugh, and I can tell it's directed at me. Lewis, I shouldn't be here. They're staring. Maybe relax your shoulders then. Just act natural. This isn't natural! Yep, that's what they all say. I lower my shoulders, but they are very much still tense. The red wolf leads me down the hallway. Each side has several doors. Behind one of them, I hear moaning and a rhythmic thumping. Oh god. Is he going to? The thought petrifies me. Lewis, what are you? Oh, that? No, I'm not doing that. Stop worrying so much, okay? That doesn't help at all. Look, I'm taking you to our founder. They're great. They'll help you get used to all this. Huh? Just be calm. We reach the end of the hall, and we are met with a door more ornate than the others. Lewis nods the same rhythm as before. Yes, yes, come on in. Lewis enters, gently pushing me along. This room is fancier than the rest of the area. Instead of purple, this room is drenched in red. The walls are lined with velvet, and there are pictures contained in intricate frames. And sitting at a desk is a rather gorgeous wolf. The heavy red light makes it hard to distinguish the fur patterns. Ah, welcome back, Lewis. I see the moon spirit has brought a new face to us. Yep, I found him just west of downtown. Careful, he's still got the heebie-jeebies. If I had to guess, he probably first transformed tonight. Ah, well, that's no problem. They stand up and strut over to me. Hello, young man. Welcome to the den. I'm Zizi, and if there's any help you need, you'd come to me. Hi, Zizi? Moon spirits? Our guardian from the lunar sphere. They watch over us werewolves. That's not in the Bible. I'm sorry, I'm so confused about everything. Well, that's what I'm here for. So tell me, when did you first transform? Flashes of the memory stab me. Tonight. Your hunch was right, Lewis. What's happening? Why am I a werewolf? I was... a classic query. So, you see, you're a werewolf because you have been touched by the good grace of the moon spirit. Though, for the sake of practicality, let's say it's really because you just simply are. There's no rhyme or reason as to who exactly is a werewolf. Believe me, we're trying to figure out if it's a genetic thing or not, but... Well, let's just say the government doesn't like werewolves or science. And why did you transform now? Because you're fully grown, basically. How old are you? Without saying your birthday. 21? Checks out. So, I'm a werewolf because I just am? Pretty much, yeah. My heart sinks. How do I get rid of it? You can't. What? So you can either live with it, or try to fight it for the rest of your life, though I wouldn't recommend the latter. So what am I supposed to do? Just stay calm. Don't try to fight it. Trust me. You only hurt yourself if you do. We werewolves take power from the moon spirit. That means our wolf forms will emerge when the moon is in the sky. you'll turn back to your human form come morning. However, things are going to get weird for you the next few weeks. Weird how? You know how you can see the moon during the day in some phases? I nod. Yeah, let's just say that limits its power. It has some odd effects on werewolves. Again, just try not to fight it. This is a natural process. I know this sounds contradictory, but do try to keep it hidden from your human peers. Yes, this stage is hard enough without all the prejudice. I'm still having trouble comprehending this. Why me? Why now? How am I going to live two separate lives? I think you're stressed enough. I agree. We should end it here for now. You can come to me if you need more help. But first, we need to give you a new name. Oh, right. Lewis said... good old Lewis wastes no time. The red wolf clicks his tongue and winks. So, tell me, young wolf, is there a name that stands out to you? If not, I could give you one, but we just want to make sure your name feels right to you. The idea of changing my name unsettles me. Father always said, the first name is a sacred gift from the parents, the surname a gift from God. But if I were to do so anyway? Truth be told, I've always liked the name Oliver. It always stood out to me. And I like the way it rolls off my tongue. Oh, I expected... Huh. You know, this would have been a perfect moment to have that selection where you get to write down your own name for the visual novel. That would have been cool. Alright, I'll do that. How about Oliver? Ah, a strong name indeed. I like it. From here on, your wolf form shall be called Oliver. Do I need a last name? You can have additional names if you wish, but it's not required. So, do you like the name Oliver? For the first time since I transformed, I feel somewhat comfortable. Yes. Perfect. Lewis pats my back and smiles. See? This isn't so bad, is it? Well, I still feel weird. That happens. You'll feel that way for a while. Trust me, I may know nothing about your personal life, but if this conversation was anything to go off, I can assume that I was no different than you. Thanks? Zizi returns to their desk, and I notice what's really on it. A few candles and a wooden bowl on a cloth mat. They light the candles. In the dim light, they prick their finger and let the blood drip into the bowl in the center. They punctuate the ritual by picking off a clump of fur off their chests and dropping it in the bowl. So the spirit of the moon may watch over you. Now, go enjoy yourself. At dawn, Lewis here will drop you off at a designated location. Zizi shoots us, and Lewis escorts me out of their office. I spent the night sitting on a couch in a corner of the den, watching everyone else enjoy various pleasures in an awkward silence. Some of them drink at the bar, others dance. Several groups play various card games. I can also spot a couple making out in another corner. I do not fit in here, but where else am I supposed to go? Soon enough, Lewis comes over carrying 2 small glasses containing a brown drink. What you doing all alone? I don't know. I don't know anybody here. It's like that first. Drink? He lifts up one of the glasses. I don't drink. He shrugs. Suit yourself. He sits down beside me and takes a sip from one glass, setting the other down on our coffee table. Just so you know, though, you are of legal drinking age, so they can't arrest you for this. What is it? Bourbon. Damn good bourbon, too. Our bartender May over there is quite talented. He swirls the drink in his cup before taking another sip. So, Zizi said you're going to drop me off somewhere? Yep, that's kind of a whole thing. I and a few others picked up and drop off werewolves at designated spots throughout the city. Cause, obviously no humans allowed in the den, and it's dangerous to drop them off right at their homes. We also go around the city every full moon looking for new werewolves to bring to the den. I see. Wait, aren't you driving? Yep, a little buzz won't hurt though. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I remember picking you up in Charleston Village, over by the Western Peninsula. Do you live in that area? Yeah, I do. Okay, I have a drop-off spot there. Could you find your way back home yourself? I've never had trouble with my sense of direction. Yeah, I'm pretty sure anyway. Okay, whew. I don't know what we would do if you said no. I stare at the second glass of bourbon, sitting still on the table in front of me. The liquor inside placid. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little curious. But this night was stressful enough. I don't want to make it worse, especially if I happen to have a low alcohol tolerance. I might try it another time. The bourbon, I mean. No pressure though. I spent the rest of the night keeping it to myself, though I occasionally make small talk with Lewis. This whole thing, it still terrifies me, but he helps to assure me. The moon is low in the western sky. To the east, a faint orange line traces the horizon. I'm heading on to Lewis again as he rises by through downtown. He's quite stocky, yet there's a softness to him. He's clearly tough, well sculpted for this environment, but good-willed on the inside. I like it. Alright, this is where I'll pick you up and drop you off from now on. I look around me. Lewis is stopped at an alley between two brick buildings. The streets on each side are also quite narrow. I notice the lack of windows and streetlights over here. Vines growing from these buildings also obscured the view of the alley. It's a well-hidden spot overall. You're going to have to walk home yourself. Can you do that? Yeah, I'm sure. Alright, I'll be here around midnight tomorrow. Whether you come is up to you. Got it? Got it. That's it for me then. I disembark and start my way down the alley. Oh, Oliver? I stop in my tracks and look back to Lewis. Yeah? We said before, but things are going to get weird from now on. Just don't fight it. But also try to hide it from your peers. I know, it's weird, but that's how it is. Understood? Yeah, I guess so. Alright. Midnight tomorrow. Come if you want, though I would recommend you do. He winks before starting his engine. I step out the alley and let him pass. He zooms down the street, and soon he is gone. I'm left alone in the empty street. I look down at my hand. My heart drops when I still see it covered with the obsidian black fur. How am I going to hide this from everyone? From my dad? The most observational person in my life? Nothing ever escapes him. I suppose I should do as Lewis said. So I take account of my surroundings, memorize the location, and start my journey home. I keep an eye out for any humans, avoiding any usually busy areas. The sky is a lighter purple when I arrive home. Every window is still dark. Dad must still be asleep. So I put the lock and sneak inside, though not before looking around me to make sure no one is watching. The house is empty, still and quiet. I tiptoe upstairs, try not to make even the slightest noise. Soon I reach my room, and I shut myself inside. I make sure to lock the door, and then I crawl back into bed. I stare up at the ceiling, a million thoughts racing in my mind. What am I going to do? The wolf. Interesting. Wake up, Wolfling. Is that Julian? I'm sorry. Every white wolf in a Rhettoe Raven Vision novel looks like Julian to me. The next thing I know, it's noon the next day. And I stare up at the ceiling, my body numb. And then I gain consciousness. I raise my arm to look at it. I'm met with human skin. No nightly fur or sharp claws. It's normal. I think back to last night. Did that really happen, or was it all just a nightmare? Whatever the case, I'm back to normal. For now, at least. I returned to just staring at the ceiling, not sure what to make of whatever just happened. The turning of a knob steers me out of my daze. The door to my room doesn't open, though. The knob rattles some more before there's a knock at the door. Andy? You awake? Oh, yeah. I jolt awake and sprint to the door. I unlocked it and swinged it open, to be met with my father standing right outside. Why'd you lock the door? I looked down and, to my embarrassment, noticed I'm still shirtless. I don't remember doing that. Maybe he just did that? Old house, you know? He looks at me, and there's suspicion in his eyes. That wasn't a good excuse at all. Alright then. Did you sleep okay? It's kinda late. Yes. Well, I guess I did kinda struggle with sleep last night, but I did fall asleep and I didn't get much sleep. Ah, well, it was the full moon. That happens. I'm fixing lunch if you want to join. Okay, great. Dad smiles and nods before heading downstairs. What was all that? The rest of the day is standard fare. I do my daily mathematics and Bible study. Dad has me volunteer to teach a primary class in a few weeks, in place of their teacher who is on a trip. Dad and I spend our early dinner brainstorming lesson plans. The entire time, though, I keep my eyes on the sky outside, paying attention as the sun inches ever closer to the horizon. I steel myself and prepare a question. Hey, I think I'm going to head to sleep earlier tonight, to catch up since... Oh, of course. When the time comes, I excuse myself and do the normal nighttime routine. As I finish, Dad comes up to greet me. Okay, good night, Dad. I'll see you in the morning. I rush to my room, and I'm about to close the door before Dad grabs it, keeping it open. Oh, Andy? The motion makes me jolt a little. I try my best to act normal. Yes? If there's anything you need, just let me know, okay? I know. Great. Good night. Night. With that, he closes the door. I'm alone again, just in time for the sun to set. I bring my ear to the door, and I listen for Dad's footsteps. I hear his own bedroom door closing. I let out a breath and didn't realize I've been holding. Why did you have to use that? Why did you have to use that one line, Rhettoe? Why did you need to use that one line? Oh my god. So I locked the door, for my own safety. I sit down on my bed and I just wait. My leg bobs up and down, and my body shakes as I dread transforming again. Just let it happen. Will it be painful? Will people know when I transform? I don't know, but I watch the window with impatience. After what feels like hours, the moon finally rises. The sun sets, and the sky becomes fully dark. Indeed, something shifts inside me again. I try to ease myself. I take deep breaths. I count to 50. My body seizes up, and I fall. Ew. I blink, and the next thing I know, I'm on the floor, looking at the ceiling. An uncomfortable pressure permeates my entire body. A stiffness discourages me from moving my limbs. All I can do is look up in a daze as the discomfort slowly subsides. When I feel like I can move again, I look at my hand. My stomach drops a little when I see the black fur. I'm a wolf again. I suppose all I can do now is wait for Lewis. He said to meet him in that alley at midnight? I looked at the clock. I still have some time. So I wait longer, just staring at the clock as the hours tick by. When I decide it's time, I'll leave my room. I don't encounter my father as I sneak out of the house. Woo! I don't know, I feel like a wolf howl would have fit over there. I use my memory as I navigate the city's barren streets. I do make a few wrong turns, but eventually I find the meetup alley. True to his word, Lewis is there, mounted on his bike. So, you came back after all. Hey, Lewis. I'm up behind him, and he doesn't wait before taking off. It's like I said, the police are a bunch of doddering morons. Wait, so Patrick and crew just rode straight through downtown? Yep, I rode behind them. They were even whooping and cheering. That's admirable, though exceedingly reckless. Yeah, I gave them hell for it. It was kinda cool, though. Lewis and ZZ continue their conversation as they drink. I just sit to their side, still feeling unfit for this place of vice. I tried not to mind the thumping coming from the side rooms. So why is... The two go silent and look at me. Oh boy. Why is the den like this? What do you mean? Like, why do you all drink and do nasty stuff? Why is it all sinful? Sinful, huh? You must be a churchgoer. What denomination? ZZ glares at Lewis. Never mind, don't answer that. The den was founded to give the werewolves a place to be free. America doesn't like booze? We sell booze. Sex is only between a married man and woman? Not here. Sex is open to anyone, as long as there's consent. Unfortunately, that's also why those in power are so aggressive towards us. But why here? In Charleston of all places? Oh, there are other werewolf dens across the country. However, it's not much better for us anywhere else. Some will tell you about how amazing cities like New York are. Well, hate to break it to you, but NYC ain't shit but Charleston with taller buildings and more smog. So I, being a Charleston native, figured I might as well start here. Oh, Oliver, we've been meaning to tell you something. We didn't tell you this last night since you seemed stressed enough. Oh boy. Okay. There is a solution for this whole thing. Turning back and forth between werewolf and human. For a moment, hope sparks in my chest. What is it? Lewis and ZZ look at each other in silence. The red wolf nods. Become a werewolf permanently. And then that hope is immediately snuffed out. Are you kidding me? No, I am not. I know it sounds scary, but that's really your only option. Now, in order to become a wolf permanently, you must assume part of another werewolf under the light of a blood moon. Consume? Like, eat someone? I mean, technically, maybe if you eat their cum. Maybe that counts? Not quite. It could be anything from them. Fur, spit, flesh, blood, organs, even other bodily fluids. Cum. I was right. Other fluids? Cum, semen, sperm, vaginal fluid, sweat, even piss and shit if you're that dedicated. I'm not that dedicated. Let's take a break. Let's back it up over there. Let's back it up over here. And eating is just one option. You can shove it up your ass or your nose or ears. Anything really. Just make sure it gets inside you. That is sinful. Yeah, I found that intercourse is one of the best, and frankly most ethical, ways to make your final transformation. What the hell? However, there is one condition. You must do this specifically on the first lunar eclipse after your first transformation. If you fail to do this, well, you don't want to know. ZZ's eyes become oddly intense at that remark. What? Now, here's why your timing in particular is immaculate. The next lunar eclipse is the very next full moon. Really? Yes, so you only have a whole month to make your decision. Oh god. Yeah, I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way. I hope the guy I do it with is cute. Guy? Yes. That is sinful. Pfft, wow. Okay. I'm gonna get some more shots. Lewis gets up and rushes over to the bar without another word. Meanwhile, ZZ just looks at me. What? Be respectful to Lewis. He's had rough. Okay? He's waited 5 years for this eclipse. 5 years? Oh, yes, others have waited longer. Don't tell him I told you this, but Lewis's human family, well, they threw him out. This is the only home he has. And he also lost a lover last year. He's still not quite over it. You might notice a bundle of fur he wears around his neck. Yeah? That was his lover's. Oh. Sorry, You didn't know, it's fine. Lewis will be okay, he's tough. But the Bible said, look, the people who believe in your God would kill you if they saw you. Lewis doesn't believe in your God, yet he gave you a chance when you needed it. So just be kind to him, okay? Okay. Lewis soon comes back carrying multiple glasses. Alright, got some shots and I'm gonna share the hottest day sex tips. What?! So that's what we're doing. You know what? I respect that. Lewis and I are silent as we ride. As I hold on to him, something comes to mind. My hands trace up his tough torso. On his chest, my fingers find something soft, hairy, held together by something dry and flaky. Just as I realize what it is, Lewis lets my hand away. He doesn't say anything, so I remain silent. Okay, I believe this is where we're gonna leave off for today. So we got a whole month before Oliver can make the decision whether or not to become a full werewolf. Which, judging from this and the description, it seems like we're gonna begin a little bit of a revolution, so to say, and everything. So he might do it. But honestly, being a werewolf sounds fun. I mean, maybe in this climate, maybe not as much, but I mean, that sounds nice. I would like to be a werewolf, honestly. Not gonna lie. Well, in the meantime, thank you all so much for clicking on this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, and subscribe if you're really interested. I'll leave a link to the visual novel in the description below if you want to play for yourself, and I'll also leave a link to Rhettoe Raven's Blue Sky, YouTube, and Patreon if you want to support them. And I'll also leave a link to my Blue Sky if you want to support me there as well. And as always, I'll be leaving a link to the visual novel me and my dear friend Zed the Red Panda made for the 2025 Furry Game Jam called When You're Mine. Please do so support it, and if you do enjoy it, maybe consider rating it and commenting on it on itchio. We love reading those, it makes our day. And as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!